Uche and Ifoma were two siblings who shared a love for learning and exploration. At 12 and 11 years old, respectively, they spent most of their free time conducting research and experimenting with new ideas. Their parents, though busy with work, encouraged their curiosity and supported their endeavors. One day, their parents surprised them with a gift, a smartphone. The device was meant to aid them in their research and provide a platform for learning. Uche and Ifoma were thrilled and immediately began exploring the vast expanse of the internet. As they browsed through videos and articles, they stumbled upon a video that caught their attention. The video was not meant for kids, but it seemed intriguing, and they decided to watch it. At first, the content didn't make sense to them, but they continued watching, curious about what they were seeing. The video showed people performing various actions, and Uche and Ifoma were determined to understand the context. They watched the video multiple times, taking notes and discussing what they had seen. As they delved deeper, they became more and more fascinated. Their curiosity eventually led them to decide to practicalize what they had seen in the video. They chose a quiet spot in their home, away from prying eyes, and began to replicate the actions they had seen. However, as they started, Ifoma suddenly felt a sharp, unbearable pain. She cried out, asking Uche to stop immediately. Uche, concerned, stopped immediately, asking what was wrong. Ifoma tried to explain, but she was scared and unsure of how to articulate her feelings. She knew that their mom had always warned them about being careful and responsible, but she didn't know how to express what had just happened. Uche, sensing his sister's distress, tried to reassure her. He asked if she was okay, if the pain had subsided. Ifoma nodded, still looking worried. The two siblings decided to head back inside, unsure of what to do next. They knew they had to talk to someone about what had happened, but they were afraid of their mom's reaction. Their mom, Mrs. Neoma, was a busy entrepreneur, always juggling work and family responsibilities. She loved her children dearly, but she was often preoccupied with her business ventures. Uche and Ifoma knew that their mom would be busy, but they decided to approach her anyway. They found her in her home office, typing away on her computer. "Mom, we need to talk to you about something," Uche said, trying to sound calm. Mrs. Neoma looked up, slightly distracted. "What is it, kids? Make it quick. I have a meeting soon." Ifoma took a deep breath, trying to explain what had happened. However, before she could finish, Mrs. Neoma interrupted her. "Ifoma, sweetie, I don't have time for this right now. Can we talk about it later? I have a very important meeting to attend to." Ifoma looked disappointed, feeling like her mom wasn't taking her seriously. Uche, sensing his sister's frustration, decided to intervene. "Mom, please, just listen to us. It's important," Uche said, trying to sound firm but respectful. However, Mrs. Neoma was already standing up, preparing to leave for her meeting. "I'll talk to you both later, okay? I promise." Uche and Ifoma exchanged disappointed glances. They knew their mom was busy, but they felt like she wasn't taking their concerns seriously. As their mom rushed out of the house, Uche and Ifoma decided to seek help from someone else. They thought of their Auntie Amanda, their mom's younger sister, who lived nearby. Auntie Amanda was a free-spirited woman who loved spending time with her niece and nephew. She was always available to listen and offer advice. Uche and Ifoma walked to their aunt's house, feeling a sense of relief that they could talk to someone about their experience. When they arrived, they found Auntie Amanda in her garden, tending to her plants. "Hey, kids. What brings you here today?" Auntie Amanda asked, smiling warmly. Uche and Ifoma exchanged glances, unsure of how to start. Auntie Amanda noticed their hesitation and encouraged them to open up. "Come on, kids. You can tell me anything. I'm all ears," she said, leading them to a quiet spot in her garden. Uche and Ifoma took a deep breath and began to explain what had happened. They told Auntie Amanda about the video they had watched, the actions they had tried to replicate, and the pain Ifoma had felt. Auntie Amanda listened attentively, her expression growing more serious with each passing moment. When Uche and Ifoma finished speaking, she took a deep breath before responding. "Kids, I'm glad you came to me about this. What you did was not safe, and it's not something you should ever try again. The video you watched was not meant for kids, and it's not something you should be exploring at your age." Uche and Ifoma looked at each other, feeling a mix of emotions. They were relieved that they had confided in Auntie Amanda, but they were also scared and unsure of what they had gotten themselves into. Auntie Amanda continued to explain, "What you felt, Ifoma, was your body's way of telling you that something was wrong. You should never ignore those feelings or try to push through pain. It's not safe, and it's not healthy." Uche and Ifoma nodded, feeling a sense of understanding wash over them. They realized that they had made a mistake, but they were grateful that they had learned from it. Auntie Amanda smiled and hugged them both tightly. "I'm proud of you kids for coming to me about this. You're brave, and you're smart. Just remember to always be careful and to always listen to your bodies." Uche and Ifoma left Auntie Amanda's house feeling relieved and grateful. They knew that they had learned a valuable lesson, and they were determined to be more careful in the future. When they arrived home, they found their mom sitting in the living room, looking concerned. "Kids, I'm so sorry I didn't have time to talk to you earlier. Auntie Amanda called me and told me what happened. I'm glad you both are okay." Uche and Ifoma exchanged glances, feeling a sense of surprise. They hadn't expected their mom to find out so quickly. Mrs. Neoma continued, "I know I've been busy lately, but that's no excuse for not being there for you both. I promise to do better in the future. Let's talk about what happened and make sure you both are okay." Uche and Ifoma smiled, feeling grateful for their mom's concern. They sat down with her and explained everything, from watching the video to trying to replicate the actions. Mrs. Neoma listened attentively, asking questions and offering guidance. When they finished talking, she hugged them both tightly. "I'm proud of you kids for being honest and for being brave. I promise to be more available for you both in the future. Let's make a plan to spend more time together and to prioritize our family time." Uche and Ifoma smiled, feeling happy and relieved. They knew that they had learned a valuable lesson, and they were grateful for their mom's love and support. From that day on, the family made a conscious effort to spend more time together. They had family game nights, went on outings, and prioritized their relationships with each other. Uche and Ifoma learned a valuable lesson about the importance of communication, safety, and family. They realized that they could always count on each other and on their mom to support them, no matter what. As for Auntie Amanda, she remained a trusted confidant and a source of guidance for Uche and Ifoma. They continued to visit her and seek her advice, knowing that she would always be there for them. The experience had been a challenging one, but it had ultimately brought the family closer together. They had learned to prioritize their relationships and to communicate openly and honestly with each other. In the end, Uche and Ifoma emerged from the experience wiser and more resilient. They knew that they could face any challenge as long as they had each other and their family's love and support. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any interesting stories.